The Battle of Montgontour by Thomas Babington Macaulay. Read for LibriVox.org by Kevin Siegel. Oh, weep for Montgontour, oh, weep for the hour, when the children of darkness and evil had power, when the horsemen of Valois triumphantly trod on the bosoms that bled for their rights and their God. Oh, weep for Montgontour, oh, weep for the slain, who for faith and for freedom lie slaughtered in vain. Oh, weep for the living, who linger to bear the renegade's shame or the exile's despair. One look, one last look, to our cots and our towers, to the rows of our vines and the beds of our flowers, to the church where the bones of our fathers decayed, where we fondly had deemed that our own would be laid. Alas! we must leave thee, dear desolate home, to the spearmen of Uri, the javelins of Rome, to the serpent of Florence, the vulture of Spain, to the pride of Anjou, and the guile of Lorraine. Farewell to thy fountains, farewell to thy shades, to the song of thy youths, and the dance of thy maids, to the breath of thy gardens, the hum of thy bees, and the long waving line of blue Pyrenees. Farewell, and forever. The priest and the slave may rule in the halls of the free and the brave. Our hearts we abandon, our lands we resign, but, Father, we kneel to no altar but thine. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
But If Our Love Be Dying by Michael Field. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgate Novelist. But if our love be dying, let it die as the rose shedding secretly, or as a noble music's pause. Let it move rhythmic as the laws of the sea's ebb, or the sun's ritual when sovereignly he dies. Then let a mourner rise and 3 times call upon our love, and the long echoes fall. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Courting in Kentucky by Florence E. Pratt. Read for LibriVox.org by Leonard Wilson of Springfield, Ohio. When Mary Ann Dollinger got the school down there on Injun Bay, I was glad, for I like to see a gal makin' her honest way. I heerd some talk in the village 'bout her flyin' high, too high for busy farmer folks with chores to do ter fly. But I paid no sort of 'tention to all the talk until she come in her regular boardin' round ter visit with us a spell. My Jake and her had been cronies ever since they could walk, and it took me aback to hear her correctin' him in his talk. Jake ain't no hand at grammar, though he hain't his beat for work. But I says to myself, "Look out, my gal, you're a foolin' with a Turk." Jake bore it wonderful patient, and said in a mournful way he presumed he was behindhand with the doin's at Injun Bay. I remember once he was askin' for some of my Injun buns, and she said he should always say, "Them air," 'stead of "Them is the ones." Well, Mary Ann kept at him steady, mornin' and evenin' long, till he dasn't open his mouth for fear of talkin' wrong. One day I was pickin' currants down by the old quince tree, when I hear Jake's voice a-sayin', "Be you willin' to marry me?" And Mary Ann correctin', "Air ye willin', you should say." Our Jake he put his foot down in a plumb decided way. "No women folks is a-goin' to be rearrangin' me. Hereafter I says craps, them is, I calc'late, and I be. If folks don't like my talk, they needn't hark to what I say. But I ain't a-goin' to take no sass from folks from Injun Bay. I ask you, free
Sample complete. Ready to continue?